Hello everyone, it's Jean from Inky Owl Studio. So good to see you join me today. I'm working on a pink Christmas journal. So today I'm going to do 3 tags, Christmas tags. And they might give you some ideas for decorating your own tags, whether you're going to put them in a journal or make gift tags or whatever. And I thought it would be fun to use the free digitals that I made available a few weeks ago. I'll put that link down below just in case you missed that. And on those free digitals were these 2 tags. So I thought, well, we'll just decorate these up and maybe give you some ideas on how you can decorate them. So we'll start with this one here. Now this one here has a nice blank spot right over here, which just calls out for something to be done there, right? And I thought I would use a stencil and some texture paste to fill in that spot with a little bit of something to look at. And so I'm going to use this stencil. I'm going to put it over here and around this area somewhere. And I'll be using, you can use any texture paste, but I got this one from Ranger. But I don't want to, I want to be careful that I don't get into the image. So to prevent that from happening, I'm taking some Post-it notes paper, and I already cut a little piece that kind of lays right across that area there that I don't want to mark up. And I might take another sheet and to kind of close it off right about here. And this way I can put the texture paste on without worrying about covering up my image. So let me see how I might want to do that. I think I like it like that. Just going to take a little bit of a card here. If you have a palette knife, that would be really great. And I'm just going to come in here very easily and quickly fill in that stencil. And I'm going to keep it white, although you can always color texture paste with spray inks or things like that. And so there we go. I better clean that a little bit up there before it dries. Take it up with this cloth here. All right. So here is the texture paste right there on the side. And I have to let that dry before we do anything more to that. So let me just close this up. And I need to put this into some water. So while that one is drying, I thought we would work here on the one with the tree. And I did want to say that I prepared all these tags by printing it out on Epson presentation paper, because I have an Epson printer, Epson. I always put the P before the S, Epson printer. And it's on 27-pound paper. I glued it to cardstock. I stitched around it, and I put in an eyelet. So that's how I kind of prepared all of these tags ahead of time. And I thought it would be fun to put a little bit of glam or a little glitter into Christmas, because it's a good time for that, right? And so I thought I would get these little diamond sequins, or whatever you want to call them. And I would just put them on here randomly, sort of like just to dress up this tree a little bit. Now I'm not going to film me putting every single one on, because that would bore you to tears. So let me just finish putting these little diamonds on. Okay, the diamonds are all on there. It may not be super easy to pick up on the camera, but I've arranged them on there. Another option would have been using these pearls. That would be really cute too, I think, to kind of mimic bulbs. But I went ahead with the glitter one. I also put in an odd number I just read somewhere that an odd number is more pleasing to look at than an even. I don't know that it would make much of a difference in this particular case, but there are 9 of them, just in case that does make a difference. So I put those on there. And now for the top, I have a star. Now I tell you how I got this star. When there's they sell packets of buttons, and they're plastic buttons with themes. And I think Michael's carried them, and I think Jan's used to. I don't know if they do anymore, but they're just like a packet where you may be Christmas themed, or you might get Halloween themed, or whatever, and they're plastic. So they come with the little hook that's on there, right, for the button part. And I just clipped those off very easily with one of these pliers, these jewelry pliers that you can get, and it came off super easy, and therefore it'll lay flat now, and it's lightweight, not flat, but it's not too bulky. And now it's ready for to glue on. And so we're just going to go ahead and we're going to put on a little piece of this fabric tack, and we'll put it right, oops, no poo, there we go. Yeah, that was kind of my fault there, wasn't it? All right, so now I'm told that when you do this by mistake and you get the fabric tack where you don't want it, that you don't wipe it off right away, that you let it dry just a little bit. Oh, I know, it's all thumbs this morning, I guess. You let it dry a little bit, and then you can roll it off with your fingers. So we're just going to see if that works for us. But anyways, there's the star. And then I'm just going to go ahead and put in this, well, I don't know if I'm going to use this or not. I think what I might use is a couple of these smaller ribbons, one pink and one off-white. I think I'm just going to run these through and use these instead. There we go. See, that's about how much I want. All right, like that. Just sort of tie that on there, like so. There we go, and I'm going to glue that down just a little bit there. There we go. There, glue that knot down. And now we have this here. So I'm going to come back to that and see if I can't take off that globby place where the fabric tack got. And I'm going to try that that idea that I read about. So we'll see. We'll see. But that gives you an idea of something that you can do to dress up this little tack. And this doesn't have to be a button. This could be a punch star out of some shiny paper. But anyways, there's that, a little decorated tree. So let's go back to this one. And yep, it's pretty dry there. It's pretty, yeah, it's dry. So we've got this going on over there. It's not showing up particularly great. So let's just kind of, just little by little, just sort of, this is a very dry pad. So it's just enough to kind of give it just a little bit more definition there. Okay, there, I like that. I think that's great. And now I've got this Gilder's wax, or Gilder's paste, and I couldn't find the gold at the time I was buying this, so I got the bronze. But in the end, I really like the bronze. I think it comes off as sort of a, I would say like an antique gold. Don't know. It's kind of how I feel about it. And I'm just going to get in here and go around the edge. I think that it matches the girls' coats kind of nice there. Gives it just a little fun sheen. And don't have to use your finger, I suppose, but I kind of like it. Gives me a little bit more control, and it looks a lot more uneven when I do that. There we go. Just come around here on the edge. Okay, that just kind of gives it a little bit of a sheen there. Kind of see it catch the light just a little bit. All right, and then I thought it would be nice to add a little bit of vintage lace to the bottom, a little bit of a crocheted lace. I kind of like this. I kind of like the crocheted lace. It's bulky, and it kind of gives me a snow type of feeling, like, I don't know, like little snowballs or something. I don't know, reminds me of snow a little bit more. And I'm going to glue this on the back because I want the gold to show. So I'm just going to run some glue right here. And I want it to hang down on the other side. There we go. Kind of stick it in there. There. Like that. I like that. That looks good for me. And then I've got this little label here that says "Surrounded by Love." I like that. I think that's a nice little sentiment with these two little girls. They look like sisters. And so I'm going to glue this, and I'll put down below. This comes from a Christmas kit by Tsunami Rose, but I did buy it a while ago, and I'm not sure if she still sells it. You'll have to go look at her website. I'll put a link to her shop. She might even sell these separately now. I don't know. But there we go. And then for the little tie up here, I don't want anything to take away from what's going on down there. So I'm going to select this, it's really nice lace or trim, like a netting. There we go. Yes, I kind of like that. All right. And so there's that tag completed. Okay. Give you a little closer look there. So here's an idea to dress up a tag. You can dress up any tag. It doesn't have to be my tags, but in case you did download them and printed them out, maybe this will give you some ideas that you can do. And so we've got these two are finished. Now the third one is from, it's a collage background type of paper on here. You can use any collage sheet, of course. This one comes from My Porch Prints. It is her Shabby Pink Papers. Really like that. It's just like a collection of maybe 6-7 sheets of Shabby Pink collage sheets, and I really have enjoyed using it. It's a nice variety. And so this particular one just has a bunch of letterings on it. I also selected this image. Really thought this image was so sweet. This is from the Graphics Fairy. It might be on her free site, but it is in her premium for sure. And so I just thought that would be just so cute. And plus I wanted to make this just a little rustic, just a little bit. And so I'm going to kind of give it this background. Now this is paper. This is that painters would use to put down, so like you would tape it up against a molding or whatever so that you don't paint over it. And it's quite thin. You can get this like in the paint section of Walmart or Lowe's or Home Depot, and it comes on a pretty big roll about like this, and you get lots of it for just $3 or $4. And you buy one roll of that, it'll last you for the rest of your life, your crafting life. And so I got a piece of that, but you know, any kind of, even if you have some craft paper or whatever, I just tore out a little randomly tore around the edges, just so that it's not even. It's just got this random look to it. And I'm going to put that as a backing to this little picture, or this little piece of ephemera. I'm just going to put it on like that. There we go, just like so. All right, and then I'm going to, let's get that in there. I'm going to glue this then to my tag. I'm going to raise it up just a pinch because I want to do something down here. So for down here, I decided to put on some burlap. So I got a little piece of burlap, and what I need to do is kind of take out some of I am taking out the strips like so, the little threads that appear up there, so that there's a little bit of a trim all around it. Yeah, this needs to be a little thinner than that. Let's see, maybe one more. All right, and we'll just trim it off like so. And I am going to put down this other little sign or label right down here like this. So let me come over here and cut this, take off a few of the strings. Let's see how this looks. Oh yeah. Yeah, I like the way that looks. So we're going to put this down here on the bottom. Put down my label first. And I'll come in with a little bit of fabric tack because the burlap is kind of thick, and I like the way the fabric tack kind of gets into the pores of the burlap there. I will just stick this right down here on the bottom. Okay, so I am liking that for a little bit of a rustic type of look to it. And then for the tie, I am going to get some twine. And I like twine for rustic things, especially using it, you know, as a topper. There we go. So that then is the third tag. Okay. So let's just see about that fabric tack issue. All right, so it's pretty, it's not dry all the way, it's still a little damp. So I'm going to just see if I can't gently work it away a little bit there. Just kind of pick it up a little bit, sort of like gum. Alright, a little bit like gum. Well, don't know how successful it is because it is pulling away the paper a little bit. But I have to say, it is sort of rolling off. A little bit. So I'm just lightly scraping it with my thumbnail. I'm sorry if I'm getting out of camera here. It's like gum. It's like peeling off gum. Probably should have gotten to it a little earlier than I did. But, you know what? It's pretty good. Yeah. Now, it did peel away the paper a tiny bit there. But at least the gobbiness is gone. Wasn't bad advice. Well, there you go. Might just go in there with a little bit of a there we go. That might help tame it down a little bit. Well, okay. So actually, that was not bad advice at all. And so the time that it took to do this was this drying. So probably, I would say a little sooner than this time. I probably should have gotten there just a wee bit sooner. But I think that still looks fine. It looks so much better than it did. All right. So there we go. We all learned something today, didn't we? And so that's it. I thought maybe I'd just come in here and do these tags up, give you some inspiration, do your own tags. And I am still working on that. Where did I lay it here? Here it is. So in the last episode, we made this little case to put our journal in. All right. So and I think since then what I did was I added lace around the bottom, some vintage lace there, and I also put in a trim here on the inside because I didn't like having the border of that envelope showing, so I covered everything up with that trim and along the back here. So yeah, and so I am working on the journal, and we will probably address that the next time we come around. And so thank you so much for watching, and please subscribe and please like this video if you enjoyed it. And I appreciate so much your participation and your support. You have no idea how much I appreciate it. And thank you so much for everything, your comments and everything. And we will talk to you again real soon. Bye.